My name is Valerie Carruthers, and I'm the president of Collective Interchange Co-operative. And I'm also a former director with the Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Co-operatives. And I sat on that board for 6 years and served in the position of secretary. I'll give just a snapshot, because when I started, the board in particular, it was all men, senior men. I mean, most people were 50, 60, 70 plus in age. There was a woman there who was planning on, probably ending her term, in the near future. We kind of expected her to drop off maybe within 1 or 2 years. So I was picturing myself sort of as this lone woman on a board of seasoned men that have been around the table for a long time. They all knew each other. After probably about 6 months, that's when I entered into what I call my space of bravery. I felt that I had to, now that I knew the people on the board, and I felt that I understood a little bit where they were coming from, I felt that I now needed to use my position to advocate for change. And the change was really around diversity, equity, and inclusion. The importance of leadership and having the right leadership in place is really important, because the managing director, and he was fairly new to the organization. He was finding his feet as well. But I felt he was very open to exploring change and new initiatives and doing things differently. And so when I contacted him about partnering on this project, he was all in. I didn't have to sell him on it. I didn't have to convince him. I didn't have to give him stats. I didn't have to work hard. He was all in. He wanted to champion change.
My name is Dave Walsh, and I'm the Managing Director for the Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Co-operatives. NLFC wanted to join on with the 50-30 Challenge as a delivery partner, as a leader in the cooperative space. Here in Newfoundland and Labrador, we felt it was very important to lead by example for the cooperative sector, and to promote the 50-30 Challenge and everything that entails to our members and the entire cooperative sector.
It's really, really important for you to have people that are going to be champions of change, and they're not afraid to be the catalyst for change. They're not afraid to be brave, to suggest doing things differently.
Shanti Samru. I am a director on the board of the Newfoundland-Labrador Federation of Co-operatives. Also, I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Atlantic Edge Credit Union, a provincially regulated credit union in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. When I came on the board, the conversation then was to bring parity, having women on the board. But I find now over the years, and especially with the 50-30 Challenge and all the educational components that came to us as directors and what we're involved in, there is more intentional efforts to bring in Indigenous representations, bring in persons from the LGBTQ plus community. So showing that and recognizing that the value that they can bring in the diversity of the board.
Many changes within the NLFC with regards to diversity, equity, inclusion, especially at the board level. We've certainly seen more women running for the board, which is wonderful. As well, our office has certainly grown. We have 1 man, 3 women in our office as well, and being able to speak to our members about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and they be more educated and knowledgeable on these particular issues, makes it easier to have those conversations, especially after having some of the training that went along with the program. It has made these conversations more approachable, easier, and not not out of left field, but something that we should all be striving for and actively thinking about in everything that it is that we do as they relate to the 7 cooperative principles, and making sure that everybody is involved.
I think what I've noticed at the NLFC is that wanting to know more and wanting to be allies, and that intentional effort of how we can demonstrate that we are doing that, whether it's through the communication, whether it's through board training, and or representation through any of the undertakings that our operational team or the board of directors may be involved in.
We've also added language around reconciliation into our board policies. Again, very important to consider these with everything that we do, and consulting Indigenous groups here in Newfoundland and Labrador when it comes to different project work, etc., that may be going on within the Federation and its membership. Something else that we've added is a land acknowledgement to our website, which is most certainly very important given the province that we live in and the rich Indigenous histories that are here. As well, we've added DEI policies into our HR manual.
One of the things that I really am excited about is a structural change that the Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Co-ops has made this past year, is that they've got approval at the board level to create an education committee. And that education committee has actually encouraged invitations from people from diverse groups to come to the table that are not currently in the co-op sector.
My name is Shada. Graduated from Memorial University in Master of Philosophy and Humanities, and my background is psychology. I am interested in co-op, and also I'm interested in community building, especially between newcomers and international community. I'm so interested to help NLFC to find how we can introduce co-op in newcomer community.
The education committee is going to realize how we can, the co-op sector, introduce itself to different communities in Newfoundland and Labrador.
The general membership in the co-op sector in the province was ready to see change. They wanted to see a change in how our board opened up the doors for people.
The first time when I was in the session that I introduced to co-op, I get so excited, because it is a different perspective about the organizations and companies and, working together. But as a member, even, you have a voice. You can, express yourself. And so, yeah, I found it is more humanistic and even more respectful way of managing things.
It's also providing the Federation with this different lens of perspective when we're actually changing how we design our education, when we're changing how we do our public outreach.
Hi, my name is Kristen Murray, and I'm the project specialist at the Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Co-operatives. My main project is the Cooperative Incubator Program, and we actually did a pilot of this program earlier this year and supported 3 groups who started new co-ops this August through a robust program including trainings and workshops, mentorship, co-working and peer opportunities, and access to funding. So we incorporated diversity, equity, inclusion, education into the cooperative incubator program all along. Our goal was to seamlessly integrate it into the components of the program and also to get participant feedback and how they were going to incorporate DEI into their new cooperatives as well. In terms of impact, we were really pleased with the results of including the diversity, equity, inclusion lens to our program. All the participants felt like introducing DEI before incorporation had a lot of value in terms of including it into different documents and just having that purview of this is an important thing and we need to think of it as early as possible.
One of the objectives of co-op sector, to gather people from different backgrounds, from different perspectives, different ideas, and they can work together.
To bring awareness to our membership to participate in this learning with us, whether it's through the extension of the 50-30 challenge and or other learnings that we're putting towards in our website or materials that we're sending out. We're trying to demonstrate our allyship and involvement in continuing the learning and awareness in this space.
In terms of sustainability, whether it's training, whether it's putting aside a budget, maybe it's I think that lived experience trumps everything. It's actually consulting with people that are not like yourself to ask them, what do you think? What do you need? Right? And put something in the budget to make that change happen.
The 50-30 challenge, I believe, represented for the Federation an awakening or a reawakening into many concepts that times they may seem common sense, but until we really dig into it and start having those conversations and analyzing our own biases that perhaps we may not know were even there, whether within ourselves or societally or sectorally, I think it's very important that we continue to have these conversations. And I know for just myself, I learned an awful lot from all of the training that was provided from the 50-30 challenge. I found it of great importance. And it's just like giving a donation. If you're going to ask people to donate, you better have donated yourself. So if we're going to ask the sector and our members to get on board with these initiatives, well, then it's imperative that we get on board with these initiatives and lead by example.